Young and the Restless gives Phyllis Summers ready to steal the AI back from Victor Newman. But I expect she is going to go rogue and betray the Abbotts when she starts selfishly working her own angle yet again. We're going to talk about how Phyllis may flip the script after stealing Kane Ashby's AI back from the mustache. So recently, Phyllis cut a deal with Billy Abbott that she would steal the AI back from Victor, but only if the Abbotts sign over Marchetti to Summer Newman. Now, the deal was she'd steal it and give it to them to destroy. And no surprise, Jack Abbott was more than happy to make the deal. And I'm sure Phyllis demanded that they go ahead and sign Marchetti over before she does anything. So the Abbotts want the AI out of Victor's hands so they can destroy it. And Victor can't run power mad and ruin anybody else's company or life. Phyllis proposes a devious new alliance with Kane on Young and the Restless. So Phyllis goes to Kane with a peace offering. She brings him a little wooden puzzle. Phyllis got it for him because Kane likes puzzles and mazes. I guess he liked it because there was one at the chateau. And Phyllis wants them to be friends, and she's telling Kane they can make things happen together. So Phyllis is all about, Kane, we make a good team and we shouldn't waste time hating each other because it's boring. And Phyllis claims she came there with humility and thinks that them working together is the answer. Kane seems skeptical because you can't trust her, we all know that, and he doesn't think Phyllis needs him for anything. But she disagrees with Kane and says they need each other. Phyllis says they're perfect for each other. And then she told Kane she wants to turn around and use the AI against Victor to take over Newman Enterprises. And Kane is intrigued by the idea of running Newman Enterprises, but he doesn't like it when Phyllis calls him Aristotle Dumas. He's insisting he doesn't want to be that person anymore. But Phyllis thinks Kane should let the Dumas inside him come out and play. And then Phyllis kisses Kane, and even though it doesn't look like he's kissing Phyllis back, of course that's when Lily Winters walks through the door of Kane's train and is horrified, even though it's definitely one-sided on Phyllis's behalf. I do suspect Lily assumes the worst of Kane, because he said he was done with Phyllis, but there she is, kissing him. So I think the damage might be done with Lily, at least for now, unless she gives Kane the chance to explain and gives him the benefit of the doubt, which I don't know if she will. So he may stick to his guns and tell Phyllis kick rocks. But then again, Kane seems very intrigued by Phyllis's proposal, and despite Kane playing it cool about Victor destroying Arabesque, Kane doesn't like that Victor used his own AI against him, so Kane might be considering doing this thing and working with Phyllis for revenge. But on the other hand, Kane claims to want to be a better man, so he could turn Phyllis down, especially if he can get Lily to believe him that Phyllis was kissing him and he wasn't into it at all. But if Kane thinks Lily is 100% done with him, he might throw in with Phyllis because he's angry and wants to lash out at something and someone, and Victor's a good target. Whether or not Kane decides to team up with Phyllis, though, I think she's going to go for it with the AI. And of course, even if Kane works with Phyllis to destroy Victor, we could still see Kane giving Phyllis the boot once Lily's back in town after Christelle Khalil's maternity leave is over. Either way, whether or not Kane plays along, I'm sure Phyllis is going to go ahead with her plan, and if she can steal the AI back, I can totally see her going rogue and not giving it to Jack or Billy like she promised. She hates Victor, and now Phyllis has even more reasons to destroy him. She's hated Victor for a long time, for a lot of very good reasons, and he just screwed Phyllis over again, so I think that iced the vendetta cake, and she's not going to stop on Young and the Restless. And honestly, Victor kind of deserves a little payback and a little karma coming his way to kick him in the bottom. I'd be happy to see Phyllis deliver a little butt-whooping on Victor, because honestly, Phyllis is the person that Victor would probably most hate to defeat him, even more so than Jack, because Victor does not see Phyllis as a worthy opponent. So I think it would kill Victor if Phyllis wrecked Newman Enterprises. And let's be real, a lot of fans are sick of Victor always going after the Abbotts for revenge and playing God with people's lives. For way too long, Victor has gotten away with everything. So if Phyllis goes rogue and takes him down, I think that's karma long overdue. Young and the Restless, Phyllis Summers. Young and the Restless, Phyllis Summers. Young and the Restless, the Abbotts, reaction, and Nikki's shocking ultimatum. And really, Billy already expects Phyllis to betray them, and Jack knows she can't be trusted. However, as long as Phyllis keeps the AI out of Victor's hands and only uses it against Newman Enterprises, I think Billy, Jack, and Diane Jenkins might sit back and laugh. It is about time that Victor gets what he deserves and somebody finally puts him in his place. And honestly, why not Phyllis? Over the years, Victor has done so much bad to her, so I'd kinda be here for Phyllis taking a wrecking ball to Newman Enterprises. Nikki Newman's already ready to leave Victor, and she just demanded he turn the AI over to her and said she'll destroy it so that he can't use it against Jack. So right now, Victor is faced with Nikki's ultimatum, and she said she's sick of all of this, because whether Victor likes it or not, Jack saved her life, and basically, Victor's got one chance. If he doesn't give the AI to Nikki or let her stand there and watch his tech team delete it, then I say Victor deserves whatever happens next. Young and the Restless, Victor in for a rude awakening. Either he needs some sort of personal epiphany, a Christmas miracle, and does what Nikki asks and gives the AI to her. Otherwise Victor may get a rude awakening that's been a long time coming. I don't think he knows he's at a crossroads that's so serious, but Phyllis is ready to pounce, and I think she's going to take action soon, whether or not Kane decides to be her co-conspirator. And honestly, it could be amazing. Victor was just talking about how Jack's a nepo baby who was given everything, and Victor made his own fortune with no help. So even if Phyllis ruins Newman, Victor could make a comeback, and that would be a tale of redemption that I'd like to see. But I do suspect Kane is going to be on board with Phyllis, especially after Lily takes off. But either way, Victor could very well lose his empire, or at the very least, Phyllis could cripple it. And then Victor has to do the same thing Jack did, and take Newman Enterprises offline. And he'd have to unplug Newman Media and take Chancellor offline too, which could be devastating to all these companies. And Billy would jump at the chance to splash that news on Abbott.com, the same way that they splashed on Newman Media what Jack had to do taking Jabot offline. Billy would love to publish that Victor is failing and his companies are going down the tubes and he's scrambling. And honestly, the Abbotts might even throw a party for Phyllis, even though she may go back on